It's okay, but at that point, I mean, it was either that or Grand Blue. I just like playing Grand Blue more, even though it's probably not as popular. But I really like the characters from Grand Blue and all. But yeah, the character designs from Strive, they just everyone's just like too round for me compared to like what they were in third. Like, I talked about this before, but you know, you look at Soul from Zerd. Soul from Zerd's like Soul from Zerd is he's like this, you know. He's got a big ass torso, the tiniest stick legs, and he's got like pretty big arms too, you know. And he goes Bandit Bringer or whatever, and he's got his little sword, and he has his ponytail. Whereas you know, Strive Soul, he's like this now. He's just like this. Like it's not the same. It's not the same. Like I get that they couldn't. I mean, they probably didn't want to make the same direction as Zerd. And since they have like more fidelity, they have the more horsepower, they have more fidelity, so they can make more detailed things to the character designs and all that. But it's just so what I'm saying is like I'm down for, you know, half naked Soul. I'm down for that. But you know, when they showed Bridget, I was like, the only thing I could think of, you know, everyone's going like, oh wow, Bridget's design is so cool now. But the only thing I could like legitimately think of is just like, wow, that silhouette is just like May's, you know, like big old jacket, big old hoodie, and tiny frames. Like that's just May. Like, okay, yeah, May's got a hat on, and Bridget has a hood. But other than that, like I see their like core silhouette as like pretty similar. And uh Bikin herself looks, I think, worse. Like legit worse. Like Bikin used to be so cool. Like she was like very angular, you know, tattered sleeves and all that. And her hair was like very spiky. But now it just looks like a weird like I don't like the Bikin's like splash art either. Like her pose is insanely awkward, and then the hair looks very formless blob. So yeah, just and like I don't know. I don't think Elfeld's design is like anything special either. It's just like okay, they no other character had like a big ass dress, and then they got rid of that just for like a basic, you know, kind of punk rocker look. The design itself is all right, but like juxtaposed against what we had in Zerd, I don't think the Strive designs are like really an improvement. But that's just my preferences, right? Like now I feel like that sort of aesthetic is like bleeding into like Enos or whatever. And I mean Testament had like a very distinct look in, you know, pre Strive, and then like now in Strive, Testament's like guess they got a top hat. That's cool. I don't know. Just wait for Strive 2 or whatever. Like Giovanna's design is She's wearing a shirt and pants. She has a dog. That's cool, but other than that, she looks more like a KOF character. Should I just commit to this? I guess I could. Yeah, I'm not down. I'm not down that bad. But I stopped playing Grand Blue because there's just so many bots. I talked about this before. So many bots online. I should like try to go back maybe and just try to grind up the battle pass, but eh. Do I have a strong enough source to like indicate? Nope. Go. Try it out here. Strap. Yeah, it would cast pretty significant light stores. Let me see here. Depending on the angle. Okay. Yeah. Maybe not that extreme, but let's just merge it down. I'm not. Nope. Press the button. Should have just done it like that, maybe. We'll just add a little bit more color, I think. So drab. Too much contrast, I think. The hair still looks kind of sloppy to me. Anyway, speaking of my dad, he's also been like hounding me for, weeks, telling me I need to diversify my investment portfolio and all that. And like, okay, I opened up an account. All right, like what? And he says, okay, like why aren't you investing? Why aren't you putting your money into it? I'm like, what money? I don't have any money. You have all my money. You borrowed all my money. I need the other. I needed the other things in my account to pay taxes and things like that. And he's like, okay, then then I'll give you money to invest. I'm like, okay, then I'll okay, then I'll wait for you to give me money. And he's like, okay, but then you should really go invest. I'm like, how am I supposed to invest? How am I supposed to make a portfolio if I don't have money? I'm already putting out money to pay for insurance and all this other stuff. I already have an investment portfolio. Granted, it's not, like stock trading exactly, but I am investing. He says like, no, you gotta invest. I'm like, yeah, rich. Oh, trust me, my dad has a lot of problems. It's great. I mean, yes, I'm glad my parents had me you know, start an investment account back when I was like, 22. And it's building up nicely, but all of a sudden my dad's like, I want you to gamble on the market. And I'm like, okay. Okay. And he's like bragging to me. He's like, I put money in Nvidia. I'm putting money in Apple and all that. I'm like, okay, yeah, so is everyone else. Yeah, sure. And he's telling me, he's like, so why is Nvidia going up so high? I'm like, he's like, why are you even investing in money if you don't even know the technology behind what? If you don't even know the concept of what you're investing into? It's like, yes, I understand Nvidia is like leading the market in AI because they're basically the only like solid hardware. You know, their hardware acceleration for AI is like basically untouchable right now, and they're fueling it. But if AI goes tits up, then yay! I mean, it's exactly the same thing that happened when uh they're banking on crypto, and that flat out crashed at the end. So but overall, I'm just telling him, just like, and I told him, it's like, you're the one that invested in Tesla, and look at Tesla right now, you dummy. You see that company being profitable anytime soon? Oh my god. I told him, I was like, I would just rather give my money to a manager and they could do what they think is best because they're the one who's getting the commission off of it. And he's like, but you have to pay someone for that. I'm like, exactly. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to gamble. I don't have that in me. Oh my god. Like, what is wrong with just using the assets that we have right now? He's saying, look at your cousin. He like 5x his money. I'm like, okay. All right, good for him. Great. Great. Couldn't be any happier. Freaking TikTok and YouTube, Twitter. Everyone thinks that they can make money off the stock market now. All of a sudden, oh, I'm sick of it. Sick of hearing that from my dad. And I know he has shit like Dogecoin or whatever. I've seen his Robinhood account. Yeah, how's that paying off, huh? Yeah, whatever. Like if you want to make the time and effort to like do your research and be a day trading hobbyist, that's fine. But that's I think I'm doing pretty good with the amount of money I'm dumping in to my investments right now. I don't really feel like I need to dip into stock market like directly anytime soon. I think, man, at this point, I would just rather go with a money manager. Just talk to my agent. Do I like that giant chunk? I think it's a little bit more cohesive like that. I'll just make this part a little bit brighter. Maybe one day I'll... Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? One day. It still looks dirty. Just clean it up. Why is the song playing again? Has it been like this? All right, that's enough Usao. Well, not really. Oh, what do we want to listen to? What do we want to listen to? Were there any resources that I used early in my drawing career? Resources. I mean, I don't even have a book. I don't even sell the book. Okay, I do. Let me stand up. Oh, take something. Resources. Well, I'm not really one much for books. Yeah, like I bought the usual stuff. Like when I started like very very early. Everyone was talking about, oh, Burton Hogarth's the best. Go buy that. So I bought it, and I didn't understand any of it. So I put that aside. Mostly I was just like copying drawings and photos. And I took classes, and I think my teacher, I took one semester of figure drawing at CDA, and my teacher was taught by Hampton, so a lot of the foundations was taken from this class, and I bought the book. But even reading it now, I'm just like, I would rather look at my class notes than read this book. I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's some. I'm not much for one to like read materials. Like I just don't get much out of it. I know not everyone's like that. Other people would probably excel at reading stuff, but me personally, I haven't used. I have some books, some resource books, but I don't really refer to them. I don't think they publish this book anymore. I think you can buy it in digital format. It's just called Figure Drawing Design and Invention by Michael Hampton. You'll see a lot of people refer to it. There's that, and there's also Color and Light. Color and Light's the big book that they tell you like every illustrator, every painter needs to read it. I mean, it's a good resource, but once again, it's not like the book doesn't teach you how to draw. It just points out like the concepts and some of the science, but it's not like a how-to book. It's less of a textbook, more of just like sort of like more of like comprehensive resource book, but it doesn't give you like a step-by-step or curriculum. Like you have to figure that out yourself, and then you will use the book to look at specific things to work on. Yeah, I mean, having a good class, taking a good class, having good instructors like really did help a lot. But yeah, a lot of it would just be just grinding, just keep grinding. But even like I know there's like the online resources now. People uh refer to like what's that guy name? What's that guy's name on YouTube? Bucci or something? Or even NFT man Naoki Saito. Yeah, like they make good points, but I I just gloss over that stuff. Like I don't know. NFT man, yeah. Oh, boo-hoo, his YouTube channel got taken down. Okay, whatever. It wasn't even like NFT of his art. It was like NFT of himself. I'm just like, okay, all right, I get it. You got an ego. Cool. Yeah, remember all those people that were like going like, NFTs are the future. This is like how we're gonna make real money. And like, and have you ever thought like of all the emissions that we create from traveling to cons when NFTs are so much more environmentally friendly, and they benefit everyone, and I'm gonna get so rich from it. I mean, besides that, but oh my god. And yet again, those very same people, right when cons open back up, they're at cons and they're not doing NFTs anymore. Guess why? Because why did NFTs crash? Because it was just all scams. They're almost the large majority of the market was just all scams. It's just all scam. A lot of rug pulls, a lot of overvaluating the market. Just a lot of people in it to make a quick dollar instead of like doing it for the arts. A lot of like the early NFT purchases were nothing really more than just publicity stunts for the platforms, really, or the persons, or either that or the purchasers, personal status. They just inherently had zero value, and they did not bring anything of worthwhile to anyone, or to any platform, or to any developer, or anything. People only got into NFTs because of the allure of very easy money, and it was very easy to scam people. And it was very easy to just get away with a lot of bad stuff, in otherwise a regulated, marketplace would offer some security. Sorry, going off on a tangent, but it's just so funny to me, that there's just some people out there, these artists, they go like, wow, NFTs are the future. 3 years later, 32 years later, yeah, they're at cons again. I should bring that up. Maybe, I don't know. I can't think of a single NFT initiative that has actually done anything meaningful other than a circle jerk. I guess some people got blinded. I don't like this part. No, they were never supposed to be using it because it was never done. It was just all these white papers and things. They were just all scams, or they greatly underestimated the amount of effort to make those things. Just watch Dan Olson's folding ideas on NFTs. Just really, this really shows how much of it is just bullshit. Yeah, we're at the cusp of another tech revolution. Oh boy. All people are doing with AI generated art is just using it to jerk off more ways than one. It's something. Don't like this. Yeah, it's too bright.